This is the morning of the 9th of November. I went ahead and I did this entire clip for about 23 minutes and it crashed. I'm going to play about 10 minutes of it, but you really have to watch this through its entirety. Put up by Fame District, Erika Kirk's behavior with J.D. Vance. Body language expert reacts. Let's have a listen.
I am tremendously blessed and honored tonight to be able to introduce to you.
Last week at the University of Mississippi, things got way too hot for a student event. During a Turning Point USA conference, Erika Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk, called Vice President J.D. Vance onto the stage, and what happened next instantly blew up online. That one hug between them, the stare, the timing, the energy, had everyone losing it on social media. But it wasn't just the hug itself that got people talking. It was where Erika's hand went during it. Viewers are zooming in, replaying it in slow motion, and arguing over what that touch really meant. And let's be honest, that hand placement wasn't the only wild part of that moment. Every second of it was dripping with tension and hidden meaning. This wasn't just a casual greeting. It looked like something straight out of a movie. So in this breakdown, we're diving deep into Erika's intro speech, that viral hug.
A very, very dear friend.
Yeah, very good friend.
And his wife.
Notice her eyes all closed. She's probably thinking back about having an orgasm with him.
And J.D. Vance's jaw-dropping response to a student's question about his marriage, which only made things messier. What were they actually communicating with their faces, tone, and body language? Let's unpack this madness. Now here's the twist. We're not breaking this down in order of time, but in order of emotion. First the hug, then Erika's dramatic introduction, and finally J.D.'s spicy reaction to that viral question about his wife. Once you see it laid out this way, the whole situation starts to make sense, and maybe even raise a few eyebrows, because that hug wasn't just a thank you or welcome to the stage moment. It was loaded with emotion and unspoken messages. There was a silent conversation happening right there in front of everyone, and most people didn't even notice it at first. Everyone focused on the hand at the back of his head, but oh no, that was just the beginning. The real story started with how her body moved, how his followed, and what that told us. The second Erika stepped in for that hug, her right shoulder lifted, not just a little twitch, but clearly and dramatically. That tiny motion spoke volumes. According to Joe Navarro, the famous former FBI agent and expert in nonverbal communication, that move is called a gravity-defying gesture. And it's a dead giveaway of genuine excitement, affection, or warmth.
They are incredible. And I see no one will ever replace my husband. No. But I do see some similarities of my husband in JD.
Who cares? Who cares if you see similarities? We don't care. You care.
And Vice President J.D. Vance, I do.
Basically, it's your body screaming yes before your mouth even opens. Think about it. When people are thrilled, everything rises. Shoulders, chest, chin, the whole body wants to lift off. You hear it in language too. I'm on top of the world, or I'm walking on air. That's real psychology. Our bodies physically reflect those highs. But when people are sad or uncomfortable, the opposite happens. Everything drops. They slump, their head lowers, their energy sinks. So when Erika's shoulder popped up like that in front of a crowd, that wasn't random. That was real emotion breaking through the act. Experts say that kind of lift shows joy, affection, or even excitement that words can't hide. You see it in animation too. When characters hug, the shoulders always go up to show warmth and connection. Imagine the opposite. Like stiff body, frozen arms, no movement. That's the body saying, I don't want this. But that's not what happened here. In Erika's case, her body language screamed comfort and closeness. She wasn't holding back. She leaned in. And J.D. Vance matched her energy. His posture shifted to meet hers like it was second nature. No hesitation. Suddenly, that quick public hug looked a lot more personal. That's why people can't stop replaying it, because it didn't feel like a random political moment. It felt like a private connection caught in public. When that shoulder lifted, you could feel something spark.
Remember, being the courageous generation that you are, stand up for the truth, Love your family fearlessly. Love your spouse.
That one move exposed how emotionally invested she was in that second. You can't fake that kind of reaction. It happens when you're fully in the moment. And the internet saw it too. The clip spread like wildfire because people could sense the chemistry through the screen. But let's keep it real. This isn't judgment, it's observation. Nobody's claiming to know what's going on behind the scenes. What we can do is analyze what their bodies are telling us. Because the body doesn't lie. And right after that emotional shoulder lift, Erika followed it up with 2 more revealing gestures that made it crystal clear how she was feeling. Now, here's where it gets wild, the gesture that broke the internet. After the shoulder lift came the move that everyone keeps talking about. Erika's hand sliding up, resting softly on JD's hair and the side of his head. That was not just a friendly touch. That was intimate, layered, and way more emotional than anyone expected. You could almost feel the tension through the video. According to experts, where someone chooses to touch tells you everything about their level of comfort or connection. In formal or professional settings, touch stays limited. A handshake, a light tap on the shoulder, nothing more. That's it. Polite and distant, but once there's trust or closeness, those rules start to fade. Friends might touch an upper arm or pat the back. Little signs of comfort and familiarity, but when you get to the next level, when there's emotional depth, that's when touches shift toward the off-limits zones. The neck, the face, or the back of the head. Those areas are reserved for people we deeply care about, or moments when we feel something strong, and it's not always romantic, and sometimes it's empathy, sometimes comfort, but it's always personal.
Fearlessly. Love this country. Defend her. You're worried about losing a friend? You might. I lost my friend. I lost my best friend. It is so easy to be afraid, but we are commanded to not be afraid.
That's why the internet couldn't handle what they saw. Erika's hand placement broke every rule of professional space. She didn't just hug him, she connected on a human, emotional level. And that alone turned a stage moment into a viral sensation. People could sense there was more being said through that one touch than through the entire speech. JD Vance's response sealed it even more. He didn't freeze up, didn't pull away, he leaned in. His body language said he was comfortable too. The symmetry of their movement, her shoulder lift, his forward lean, the head touch, all flowed naturally like they'd done it before. That's what set off the alarms for fans watching. Because this wasn't awkward or accidental, it was fluid, like muscle memory. And that's what body language experts call synchrony. When 2 people move in rhythm without planning it. It usually means they're emotionally aligned or comfortable with each other. That's why the hug hit different. It wasn't just the motion, it was the timing. From her upward gesture to the hand placement, every movement told its own story, one that words could never capture. And whether it was innocent warmth or something deeper, one thing's for sure. That moment between Erika Kirk and JD Vance wasn't random. It had...
Let's not forget the outfit she's wearing. She looks like she's going to a strip club, and with her sprayed-on leather pants. And notice the white and the black, like the Masonic temple floors. I read an article where Trump's going to do that into his ballroom. White and black tile, marble tile on the floors. I mean, this whole thing's insane. Let's go back, play a little more of it.
Layers, emotion, and timing so natural that people couldn't look away. Because sometimes what's not said is louder than any speech. And in this case, that hug said plenty. So here's the thing. When someone's emotional, whether sad or trying to comfort another person, that touch near the face or the back of the head isn't automatically romantic. It's instinct.
There's too many people who want to come to the United States of America, and my job as vice president...
You mean like her parents when they immigrated from India? You think they would have been able to come during Trump's administration? Or this moron's VP administration? I don't think so. Do you?
Is not to look out for the interests of the whole world. It's to look out for the people of the United States.
Well, yeah, you're doing a real good job looking out for the people of the United States. You got 42 million on SNAP that aren't getting their SNAP. They're not able to buy food. You got the entire aviation industry turned upside down with the controllers not being paid for over 30 days. You got the military not being paid. But you worthless representatives are all being paid, aren't you?
Now, you asked a personal question about our interfaith household. And yes, my wife did not grow up Christian. I think it's fair to say that she grew up in a
pure human connection. But here's where things get tricky. Context changes everything. If you showed a random person that hug and said, these two aren't close, nobody would buy it. Their bodies speak louder than any denial. It wasn't cold, it wasn't...
Remember the white and black she wore at that memorial service in Phoenix for JD? Again, white and black. Huh? I mean, this couldn't be any more obvious than it is. They're cultists. That's what this is. And all she's trying to do is keep the revenue stream flowing. Please, watch the rest of the clip. I played about 9 minutes of it, but there's more that you need to hear. Pass it along, and thanks for listening.